Hi, welcome to SBR Sports Picks. This is the Odds Couple Sports Betting Show for Tuesday, September 6th. Mike Brenner, we are in full swing in the football season, and we've already got week one of college under our belts, and right now we're going to take a look more in depth at Oakland, New Orleans. Now, you've actually already given an official pick on this one. You took Oakland on the money line at the time of our show. You got plus 107.
Yep.
Nice line there. Now, obviously Oakland was the team everyone was looking at. How much improved? They're the what do you call the sexy, trendy team this year, right? That kind of thing.
They got them young up and comers, and you know what though? They got Jack Del Rio as a head coach. That was a defensive beast.
Yeah.
And I like this team. I like the direction it's going. And
so you look at everything on paper, look a little deeper to see if there's any reason not to take them. Only one major.
Well,
injury.
there's one reason that I saw today, and that's why I wanted to bring this up.
What's that?
Well, Drew Brees is after this $25 million contract per year. He wants a $100 million extension for 4 years, all right? He's 38 years old. He wanted it done before the season started, all right? At the end of last season, they said they would make sure it got done. It didn't. Here we go. We're going towards week one, and he's all fired up about it. He's like, I don't want to play through the season, not having this resolved. So that could go two ways, all right? Either it's just got his mind totally confused and he has a shitty game, or he gets out there and goes, okay, you bastards, if he doesn't have this settled by week one, he might go out there and throw a frickin' gem like we know he can do.
Yeah,
but
I think that's a good point. I think it matters of what kind of support he gets. If he was surrounded by a good team,
then I would worry. But he has no defense.
New Orleans lost all 4 of their preseason games, which you take that with a grain of salt, but you still take it, right?
Sure.
They have issues on the in the trenches on both sides of the ball, which Coach Payton has been open about, right?
Yep. They got a soft secondary. They got a new defensive coordinator.
And then you look at Oakland. All the reasons people are so high on them. No problems in the preseason. They only went 1-3, but I think we throw that one out.
Because their starting core did very well. They stayed healthy. They're deep, and Jack Del Rio now has his own defense there. All right, because when people think of Oakland, they think of Derek Carr and Amari Cooper, and why not? But guess what? The head coach specializes in defense. So when this package gets put together, look out, baby. It's the Raiders from the 70s.
All right, Mike Brenner. I'm not seeing anything to say that
I'm staying on it.
I think we're overthinking it, and you know what? I'm going to go on it with you as well. I will go official with...
there's another thing. The Saints have 9 players already on IR, on injured reserve. They already have 2 out for the year, and they got 2 other that are questionable, all right? And that's after the preseason. So
this might be one of those games where it might be actually worth taking an alternative spread, like Oakland at -3.5 at a big odds.
Yep, I like that, Pistol Pete.
For right now, I will just go with Oakland +1. I'll go outside right after this video.
You're going to go outside?
I'm going to go outside. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to go right to SBR Odds and give myself the best line that I can find of the major books to put down on my record. So now, Mike Brenner, we are both on Oakland over New Orleans.
And that's official.
And I think it's okay. Yeah, that's official.
Come on, I like it.
I think if we lose...
Put it this way, if I lose this one, I'm okay with that.
I'm okay with it.
And it'll let me know kind of where we stand. But with that said also, hey guys, when you're at our homepage, go to that box that says bonus page, click on that bad boy. There is some awesome bonuses right now. I'm not kidding.
Have you seen some of those numbers?
I have seen it. 5 dimes,
50.
bookmaker, the traffic that has been flying to 5 dimes in bookmaker. I'm not kidding you. Bet DSI, it's amazing because they're offering the bonuses and they're the top rated book. So guess what? You're getting best of both worlds. You're saving money before the season starts, and also you're making sure you're getting paid because these guys are graded high.
You should get a bonus just for that pick.
No, I'm fired up for football, baby. I'm fired up for football, Pistol
Sounds good,
Pete.
Mike Brenner.
Go to SBRodds.com. Browse, compare, and shop live odds available at top online sportsbooks.
All right, Mike Brenner, for our second segment of the Odds Couple Sports Betting Show for Tuesday, September 6th, we're taking a look at the 2 college football games for Friday, primetime games. Those Friday games are always very interesting. This is for week 2, and the first one we're going to look at Maryland and FIU, Maryland, Florida International. This is interesting. Maryland crushed Howard. How much do we take from that? I don't think we can take much. FIU got pounded by Indiana. That's not good, but
still, I'm seeing only 10, 10.5.
10 or 10.5. Well, it was supposed to be a bit of an up year for Florida International, at least offensively. The big issue for them was on defense. I had a great week 1 in college football overall.
Yes, you did. Yes, you did. Props to you.
One of my leans that was
hell, he celebrated. Went to New York.
One of my leans that was wrong was the over in the Indiana FIU game. I thought that one was going to go over. I thought FIU would score more, and I thought they would give up more points. That's the profile of FIU.
Yeah, that was like 34 to 10 or 34
to very modest scoring game.
Yeah.
Right now we have a plus 10.5. Heritage and the Greek both have 10, which is interesting, and the total is 57.5. And Maryland, they're an interesting team. They've got a lot of they had their passing game was awful last year, but this year they're implementing a new up-tempo attack. And again, how successful will it be? I don't think we can take much from what they did against Howard, but I think there are signs that maybe that
Because Pete, if you could name one person that plays on Howard or who coached him in the last 3 years, right now I'll give you $500. So yeah, you can't take much from that 52-13 win that they got. But they did convert 58% of their third downs. They had 519 total yards, no turnovers, and they had 7.9 yards per carry on the ground.
Are you making this stuff up, or did you research this?
I researched it, bro.
Nice
I'm not
job,
kidding.
Mike Brenner.
And that's the truth.
No,
so I don't care if you're
game.
getting no stats against anybody. If it's a football game, that's still getting the job done.
Yeah.
So, and they only allowed 2 yards per carry on the defensive side.
Yeah.
So, maybe this because I'm still wondering what happened to that Maryland team. Back in the day. Where did they go?
It's completely different now. Yeah.
I know that. And again, you did say that FIU is supposed to have an up year, but wow, when you're getting your ass crushed at home, all right. And I know it's Indiana, but still, I don't know, Pete. This is a 10-foot pole. I tread lightly on this.
Yeah, I'll tell you what my lean is this one. Even though I got burned on the over last week with FIU, I would lean over 57.5. Maryland last year, their early games all went way over, and I think that Florida International's offense with one game under their belt will be able to put up something. Maryland has a good offensive line, and I think that Florida International's issues on defense will show themselves here. You know what?
And it could be because Pistol Pete also FIU now. All right, that quarterback Gallagher, he had 3 picks last week. He threw 3 interceptions. They only had 331 total yards. Okay, against Indiana. Indiana's not a great defensive team, so there may be some points coming from turnovers as well. Because this guy, I think he's liable to give up some pick sixes. They gave up 486 yards to Indiana, so I think Maryland might really grind it out on the game, and also have some success on the defensive side, possibly with turnovers. So I know it's
57 because I've seen these games year in and year out. They're high scoring, relatively high scoring. Then they land on like 56. They land on like 54.
But you are totals low, Shaq, so you've been through this grind before.
I really have. God, all right. I guess I will. Gosh, let me think about it.
Pull that trigger.
You know what I might do? Maybe later on this week. All right,
we still have one more day coming, but you know what? I'm not going to push you. I'm not going to press you.
I'm so on the fence about this.
You know what? Then I'm going to talk you off that fence. Get the hell off there. You got no business being there.
Okay. I'm off the fence. I'm not going to give it
friends right there, baby.
I might give it later, but I am definitely leaning over and could easily see it landing on 56 though, and then getting annoyed. 57.5, a little bit high. In light of how the Indiana game went, maybe I'll just hold off it. All right, Mike Brenner, what should we tell these guys to do?
Well, what do you mean tell them what to do? We're going to tell them how to help themselves. Go to the bonus page. You've got to go to the bonus page.
You go to the front page of sportsbookreview.com, and in the upper left-hand corner in a box, you'll see a bunch of links. And the middle link is the best bonuses link, whatever it's called. You click on that one, and you will see a listing of all the bonuses that all the major books are offering right now. And these bonuses are pretty sweet, some of them.
Well, they are. People think 30, we're trying 40, to sell 50, something. We're not 60. Trying to sell anything. We're on the same team. All right, if you've got a sports book that's graded A+, A, all right, that means they pay. And then when you have that same sports book that's giving you great bonuses and it differentiates from college to pro football, you got to take advantage of it. This is a win-win situation. Plus, we can keep doing what we're doing. But I got news for you. Last week, Pete, I talked about a few of the bonuses that some of these books, were putting out, and these guys responded. You should have seen the traffic going to Bet365. I'm not kidding. Going to 5 Dimes, the traffic was amazing, all because of what we were telling them. And guess what? I like that. I sleep better when people listen to good advice.
All right. Nice job, Mike Brenner.
Football's here, baby.
I'm not going to go official with over 57.5, but it is a strong lean.
Ooh, strong.
Do your research before you bet. Check out our ratings guide to see which books have the best ratings and sign-up bonuses. Open up several accounts. Shop for lines at SBRodds.com. Always be ahead of the game.
All right, Mike Brenner, and the second college football game for Friday, week 2, is Louisville and Syracuse. Now, Louisville, of course, destroyed Charlotte, and this was expected to be an up year for Louisville. High expectations.
No, it's Bobby Petrino. Anytime he's coaching a team, all right, regardless of all of his drama. Pete, I still see it clear as day. Him with that neck brace on after he had the motorcycle accident with the 25-year-old girl that was supposedly his assistant. Next thing you know, his house is for sale, loses his job, he's out of town. But guess what? This guy knows how to win, and he came back. I think he's finally swallowed his pride and realized, you know what, I'm not a youngster anymore. I can't get away with all that shit because technology today, you're under a damn microscope, son.
That's right.
But that means he's putting his spare time into Louisville coaching the team instead of trying to get some nookie on the side.
That's right. It also helps to have 18 returning starters, including 8 on defense, and to finally have a quarterback who is a legitimate talent.
He's a dual threat, bro.
Yeah, still developing, and his game against Charlotte, just one game, not necessarily super awesome defensive competition. efficient, but he looked great. In
He
that
had
one.
286
Awesome
passing
numbers.
yards, had 119 running
Yeah.
yards. All right, Pete, that means he's definitely that dual threat. Petrino's used to that pocket passer, so this is going to be fun to watch how he negotiates with this, and I think it's going to be dangerous. I think this team's going to cash tickets, and laugh as you may, but guess what? When a guy knows this is his last chance in college football, because it is, all right, he's already screwed up 2 other programs, all right, brought him to prominence, but screwed himself up, all right, he is now going to be putting his attention to the team, and I mean it, that means cashing tickets. Look out for them Cardinals,
They
baby.
certainly cashed easily last week, and I remember a lot of people in the sort of the chat groups that I go on were all like, wow, Louisville rolling. Who saw that coming?
Yeah.
Syracuse, though, did well in their game. They pounded
beat Colgate.
Yeah,
Come on,
okay.
me, you, and Dennis could pound
Well,
Colgate.
no,
I mean,
but
I'm used
but
Colgate.
sometimes-
I think of brushing my teeth. I don't think of
No,
football.
no.
Pete.
Some of these teams do struggle in those games
I know.
unexpectedly. And
I'm just trying to make some fun. You were
Syracuse,
gone a week.
I'm just saying I don't think we can take much from it, but Syracuse, certainly didn't disappoint in their first week. They got the cover, and they are rebuilding under Dino Babers, and
Yes.
he's.
They have one real threat, though. I'm not kidding you, and you are good with the names, but Etta Tawu had 12 catches for 210 yards and a touchdown. So Syracuse does have a wide receiver that I guarantee you is going to find his next job in the NFL. They had 554 offensive yards. Their defense only let up 138 yards. So they're not a bad team.
So
I
this
think
is
what
tough.
it was, they got what they needed and they rested. That could be, Pete.
Yeah,
that could be a dangerous setup.
They're rebuilding, but they also have a very experienced roster.
It's not easy playing in that dome. I've been to some games in that dome.
Sure.
I'm telling you,
Right.
I'm staying off it.
So you're getting 14.5. Chris, interestingly, the Chris Books bookmaker and BetDSI and all them, they have a lean to Syracuse.
Yeah.
They're hanging 14. The total is 67 or 67.5.
Well, I
Man.
thought maybe you would be dabbling in this total, so.
I mean, Syracuse is so. Louisville, we have this association with a low-scoring team winning with defense. That's clearly not what they're doing this year. I guess I would lean to the over again, but. I can't give it officially. But
No,
it is
you
a lean.
can't.
It
And
is a
look,
lean.
you got to look at this with Louisville, all right? Charlie Strong was the last one there, okay? Defensive-minded coach. Flips it, leaves, turns it over, okay, to an offensive-minded coach, okay? So now there's major transition periods. This could be the game that Syracuse might be able to put up points, but it's a race, and they might not be able to hang in there for that race.
It's a tough one. Our records, people hold us accountable to our records as they should. So
That's
what does
right.
that mean? We're only going to give the plays we really
Exactly,
like.
and that's why our record should also include, you know what the best bet in this game? No bet. You know what I'm saying? So, hey, I mean that. That's how you can make money in this business.
I would definitely, though, lean to the over 67, Mike Brenner.
Okay.
And you know how else you can make money in this business? At the best bonuses list at Sportsbook Review. You go to the front page. There's a box in the upper left-hand corner. You click on the link, and you are brought to a page that shows a listing of all the bonuses being offered by all the major books. That's a very handy page to look at.
It is, and a lot of people didn't know it was there, and then we started talking about that icon. People started clicking on it, and I'm not kidding you. The traffic that has been flooding to these books, I'm not kidding you. You got Heritage, you got Bookmaker, Bet365, 5 dimes. Everybody is the traffic's flowing in there. They're taking advantage of these bonuses. You know what? That makes me feel good, because when you give good advice, you lead the horse to the water and he doesn't drink. It's frustrating. But guys, that's the way that you save. You're playing with books also that pay out, and guess what? We keep getting to do what we do because we love hanging around.
Not official. My lean is over 67. What would your lean be on Louisville? Syracuse?
My lean would be on a first half Louisville, because I think they're going to come out offensively real strong. Okay, but again, that's just a lean, and you could probably catch it at 7.5.
Right,
7.5,
8,
yeah.
something like that.
So, but again, that's just a lean. That is not official.
Sounds good, Mike Brenner.
Go Cardinals.
So we're giving you picks every day, and you're probably making your own as well. Be sure to participate in SBR's weekly Twitter Bankroll Challenge. Just post your picks on Twitter with @SBRSportsPicks and the hashtag BetSBR before 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time every day, Monday through Friday. We'll be betting your picks, and if the bankroll is positive at the end of the week, you could win the profits. Picks must be of events taking place that day and available in at least one of the major sportsbooks shown in our Best Sportsbooks page.